In this session today, I will like to present you our installation and integration of telemetry in StableNet 12 release. This is going to be a combination with PowerPoint slides and some short live demo. So let's start. What's telemetry? We are facing different challenges while we are working with telemetry. We have varying formats. For example, we have one very big vendor where even different software versions serving telemetry data in different formats. We have varying content. Often it happens that the implementation of telemetry streams is not consistent for a vendor. Often protocols are not completely implemented, and we have quite often big differences between the documentation and the reality. So these are all items we have to fight with. So just one example, the data processing. That's an example of a Nokia device. The challenge here is to bring that data from the stream into our StableNet format. Where we are interested in this example is an interface. And we have to collect these data and transform it somehow that we are able to import it into StableNet and to create our graphs out of that. How we do that? First of all, that's our architecture. Yeah. Underneath here, you see the network elements. From the network elements, there's a telemetry stream to a so-called telemetry collection module. Our approach here is to work with one telemetry collection module and to adapt the different types of streams, different variations of vendor-specific streams into one format, which we then use to transfer to our StableNet agents. The big advantage here is that we only have to develop then this specific telemetry adapter for vendor A, vendor B, vendor C, yeah, and don't have to create everything from scratch. This is called StableNet Telemetry Collector Module. Right. So what we do here is that's one example of a general template where we define which data needs to transformed into a into the common format we use in StableNet, that we can make use of external templates, measurements to import. The wanted data into StableNet format. All right, we make use of Telegraph because Telegraph is a well-known and product to collect data, yeah, with different input types like GNMI, like SNMP, or like syslog. You can import everything with Telegraph, and with this Telegraph, we our developer wrote a code to make use of the Telegraph data and connect to the Telegraph agent to extract these streaming data we would like to present in StableNet. Okay, Telegraph also gives the ability to process already some data to make some calculations or to transformations and so on. So it's very flexible. And we make use of that due to the different types of data we get from different vendors. All right, that's just a picture, an example, what we've done with Nokia already. In the background, you can see two consoles. That's exactly what you see here in the before, but in the background, that's live. So we set up a demo lab with some virtualized Nokia equipment, streaming data from the Nokia device through the collection module to our StableNet. And in the end, it's nothing else, as you already know, with other measurements we have in StableNet. It's the same way you work with. All right, but that's not all. We have something else. That's a combination with Kafka. Kafka is a streaming platform where the producers can ingest streams to an existing Kafka, so-called bus. Yeah, and with this bus, a consumer can register on specific streams inside that Kafka bus and gets data out of that. Yeah, what we do here is, for example, the telegraph is collecting the data from the network devices, pushing that into a Kafka bus. We filter out these, or we subscribe on such a Kafka stream from one device, calculate it, transform it into our own format, bring it back to the Kafka bus, and can make use of these stream then in StableNet. Of course, these data can also be processed, analyzed, and stored in time series databases and can be used in other environments as well. Again, here we have our different inputs, like I already described before. Yeah, well, that's almost the same, like I already explained with templates. What we do here is we subscribe on the stream. We translate the stream into our own format. And with this external measurement on the right side, we have then the mapping to have our measurements in StableNet. Another example for that. All right. So, but we do not only work as a Kafka consumer, we also work as a Kafka producer. Means that our events could be exported to a Kafka bus. At this moment, we are working with a Confluent implementation, but soon we will have a direct exporter directly to the Kafka bus. And here we are then in the, we have the possibility to bring our own syslog or SNMP traps directly onto that message broker, like Kafka. So even here with the telemetry, we are not only working as consumer, no, we are working as well as a producer. All right, so that's for the PowerPoint slides. As I explained already here in the background, okay, it's a lot of text, but you might see every 30 seconds, that's the interval we actually configured, that we are getting the data from the devices itself. And, oh, okay, for the live demo, let me log in, sorry. I was logged out, and I would like you to present you the devices. Yeah, so we have, as I said, we have a small demo lab basically built out of these Nokia or Alcatel Telemetry softwares. That's a few Docker containers, but already giving the chance to see what's possible. For example, you can see here, it looks exactly the same like a device which is based on SNMP. Yeah, for now, we implemented for the Nokia measurements of interfaces, of CPU, of memory, of power consumption. But it's quite simple to extend these to additional measurements.